So I was talking to one of my younger brothers the other day. He just got back from a cruise. I don't know where exactly he went, but he was on a cruise for a few days. He was telling me how he had a good time, but he was just telling me just a little bit about the cruise and how it was a lot of degeneracy going on this cruise. And just like most cruises, most resorts, there's not much other things to do but to entertain degeneracy. And there's a lot of different types of people that come to these things, and some of these people are very, very freaky. On this particular cruise, he saw a lot of sexual activity going on, pineapples on the doors, people hooking up, a lot of meeting a lot of different women. And him himself, yes, he did entertain a few women. He had a hookup on there, and the woman, she also happened to be from our city, so this turned into something that he brought back home with him, but that's a whole nother story. It was one specific encounter he told me about that was crazy, man. He had a older Caucasian lady approach him, and she straight up asked him, like, you do me while my husband watches. And this was the first time I think he had been like approached about something like that, and he was not going for it. Thankfully he wasn't going for it. But I was telling him, like, yeah, there are a lot of people like that travel, and they're not afraid to approach people that they find attractive. And a lot of times these people, they just don't care because, they probably will never see you again, and they're gonna have the experience, and both the husband and the wife, they're gonna enjoy the experience just as much. The husband might be sitting in the corner doing what he does and, letting you go crazy on his wife, but, that's gonna be something that they live off of. A lot of people who have money and who are a little bit older, they don't really have nothing else to do but be freaky. If they're not like very religious people or just very like connected to God type of people, and they just have old money and they are in a space where they're kind of bored or just want to have fun, then yeah, they'll be very, very willing to entertain these types of activities. And I'm making this video now because just a year ago, literally a year ago today, I was in Jamaica. It was my wife's birthday. I took her to Jamaica for her birthday. We were in Montego Bay having a great time, and we were staying on a particular resort. Now this resort, it had a lot of degeneracy going on too, but it's a little bit wider, and you can actually leave the resort and, do excursions and do certain things that you don't have to be revolved around partying and drinking all the time. But, around that time, we were still entertaining some degenerate activities, I'm not gonna lie. And we were going to the club on the resort this one particular night. Now, this was an all-inclusive resort, so, the bartender, he's going crazy. If you don't know what all-inclusive resorts means, that means your food is free and your drinks are free. And when you have that opportunity to have unlimited drinks, usually you're gonna drink a lot more. Usually the bartender, if you're anywhere near the bar and you have a cup, they're gonna keep pouring whatever you had into your cup. And we had one of those types of bartenders. This guy, Jamaican guy, he's back behind the bar dancing, hitting moves, flipping bottles, doing all this different stuff. And every time he's seen somebody with an empty cup, he's pouring them up. I'm talking about he's passing out alcohol poisoning to everybody. I'm not gonna lie. So, we were very lit in there. It was a lot of people from the resort there. We're just having a good time. My wife, she's doing line dances with the other women and things like that. But there was this one couple that approached us, and they was on that freaky timing. Now, to me, swingers are kind of easy to spot out. They're usually only there for a night, and that's exactly how this couple was. They may be a little bit older. It was a Caucasian couple. They had that kind of Hawaii types of vibes with them, the hang loose type vibes, a little bit hippie-ish. They seemed like they were kind of in their mid-30s. And the way they approached us, I automatically knew what was going on. So the woman, she approached me and introduced herself, and the guy, he tried to approach my wife and introduce himself. Now, to me, my radar is going off. Swingers. Like, these people, they trying to they trying to hang out with us, and they were talking to us. They were telling us like, yeah, they were bouncing around from resorts, and they were only going to be there for this one night. And to me, I'm already knowing like, yeah, these people, they trying to end up in the same room as us by the end of the night, if you get what I'm saying. Me and my wife, we not on that flip-flop switching, getting down like that. We not on none of that time. And so, we were cool with them. We danced around for a little bit, but my wife, she wasn't feeling good at that night, and she ended up being like very sick off the drinks and stuff that night. So she ended up leaving, and then I ended up leaving to check on her, make sure she got back to the hotel room. And by the time she got back there, she was sleep knocked out for the night. I do think that couple was expecting us to come back to the club that night, but we did not end up coming back. And no offense to them, no offense to anybody that's their flavor. If they like to have one of their partners watch, or if they like to switch and flip flop and do all of that. No offense to anybody like that, but that's just not how I roll. I think that's on the extreme side of degeneracy. And, to me, sex is, you're passing around too many energies at that point. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that sexual trauma, it doesn't always have to be seen in like sadness or negative emotions. It can just be in mannerisms. It can be in the way a person moves, the way a person thinks. Because say we did entertain that couple, and now we didn't got that spirit and embodied inside of us, and now we come back home, we bring that energy back home, and now we want to do that switching and flip-flopping type of stuff. Or say my friend on that cruise, he entertained this old lady, has sex with her while her husband watches. Her husband, I'm assuming he still has sex with this woman. And, that energy is in her. And then she putting that energy in him. And next thing you know, 20 years later down the line, my little homie, he wants somebody to do his wife while he watches. So that's why I do believe it's supposed to be a very sacred thing. And to me, I wouldn't entertain any type of those behaviors. I wouldn't even really, at this point, sex outside of marriage, that's also dangerous, especially when you're talking about being with people that had multiple partners and haven't done any type of healing. You're putting yourself at risk. You're putting yourself in danger. It's also the STD factors, if we want to talk about actual physical things that can happen. And yeah, people do what they want, and that's cool with them. But for me, we good over here. So yeah, man, I just thought those were two kind of funny stories to share. Hope you did get some value out of it. And like I said, like, you can go on cruises, you can go on resorts, and you can have a good time and not entertain some of the degenerate, dark things that go on those places, because there are, it's a lot of different type of people. Like, and when that comes with different types of energies, everybody is from different places, have had different experiences. So you just have to, protect your energy and just watch out for what you're entertaining when you go to those types of places. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Patreon if you want a few extra videos a week. And as always, love y'all. I'm out.